Q&A time. Hello, my name is Robert Higgins, and I'm a filmmaker. And on this YouTube channel, we are focused primarily on helping people find the stories inside of them and giving them the tools in order to bring them to life. So a few weeks ago, we asked if you guys had any questions regarding pre-production. Anything you guys wanted us to expand upon, anything you guys feel like we missed, with a giveaway attached. And we got a question on our YouTube channel that was very similar to one that we were getting in our recent workshops. Anyway, Jay Gelsinger asked, I remember cameras and editing being mentioned in episode 5. What percentage of that $1,000 budget should be set for that, or will it ultimately depend on director and script? Good question, Jay. In terms of the camera, really in terms of everything, with a $1,000 budget, you want things that are free or close enough to free in terms of assets, programs, and equipment. That's why even with our $1,000 feature, Sex Like Pizza, we decided that we were going to shoot on a phone instead of our Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K, because that's a $1,300 camera. And while it is cheap compared to other cameras, especially cinema cameras, it is the entire budget of our film plus $300. For our movie, we're shooting on a phone for two main reasons. A, most people have a smartphone. More on this in a second. B, it literally matches the aesthetic of our film, and we designed it that way. That's not something that you have to do, but no matter what camera that you end up using, you'll probably make a better film if you lean into the actual aesthetics of your camera. And yes, you can rent a camera, but depending on how many shooting days that you have, it could get expensive. You could also get lucky, find a collaborator that has their own equipment, which is great. But if you're not paying them, favor budgeting is definitely a thing, and we preach the gospel of it on this channel. But ethically, things could get a little dicey depending on your agreement. And if that person gets sick or misses a day or just quits, you could be screwed and end up shooting on a phone anyway. Using a phone is, for all intents and purposes, free. And they've been shooting 4K for the last few years, and they've been shooting full HD or 2K for a lot longer than that. In the end, we're not saying that you have to shoot on a phone. But a phone is, like we said before, free or close enough to free. As for editing, 2 words, DaVinci Resolve. Are there other editing programs? Yes. Are they better than DaVinci Resolve? Debatable. Why use DaVinci? Because it is free. This is similar to the camera situation. Could you find an editor with their own setup that you could favor budget with? Absolutely. But then again, you're back in that same boat. DaVinci Resolve is a free, robust program that has enough online tutorials to get you through if you yourself end up having to edit your own movie, which is most likely. The only things that we recommend that you do spend money on equipment-wise, a gimbal, a tripod, the Ulanzi mics that we did a review on. In terms of post-production, we may recommend getting some LUTs, which are instant color correction templates that give you more options in post. You can find tons of LUT packages for free or cheap enough online. Ditto for sound effects packages. We're going to talk about this later, but you might want to set aside some money for music, but the rights for which could get sticky if you want to do anything with your film, like, say, film festivals. This is why it's important to watch the film that is your movie in your head, from opening scene to closing credits. And with a $1,000 budget, the question should never be, how am I spending this money, but what can I use to keep me from spending anything? Anyway, I hope that answers your question, Jay. We are sending you a hat. As for us, we're officially in production on Sex Like Pizza. Yay! We hope you guys are on your way to shooting your own films. Next week, we talk the marching orders that hold every production together. Call sheets. So like and subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified whenever we post. Y'all know that drill. There you have it. Welcome to production. Good news. There's work to do.
Yeah, you love it, Qui-Gon Jinn.